Hey guys, today I am taking my video topic straight from the comments. I saw this comment yesterday and I thought this is a fantastic idea, so let's go ahead and make a video about it. The question I saw is, why isn't my narc hoovering me? I've seen this a lot and I know this feeling and I know why you asked that question. So I've actually got 3 reasons why the narcissist is not hoovering you. So let's go ahead and talk about those today. My name is Amy and this is Narcaway. My channel is devoted to educating, supporting, and encouraging victims and survivors of narcissistic abuse. If you have been to my channel before, welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome. So what might the reasons be behind a narcissist not hoovering you? There's 3. They have found new supply. They know that you are onto them, or they have extracted all they can from you. That's it. 3 reasons. They've found new supply is reason number 1. This might happen while you're still in the relationship with them, or it might happen after they've discarded you or you've left them. You may have left the relationship in the hopes that they would change, that they would come to their senses, that they would sit at home missing you, and you sit there waiting for the Hoover that you've read so much about and that you've heard all about and everyone else complains about. You may be secretly hoping for that Hoover to come so you can get back into the throes of your relationship. Well, if they've found new supply to occupy their time while you've been sitting around waiting for them to Hoover you, it's not going to happen. They're getting their supply elsewhere. The only reason a narcissist hoovers you is for supply. So if that supply is coming from someone else, they have no use for you. So that's one good reason why they might not be hoovering you. If they're getting sex, if they're getting attention, if they're getting money, if they're getting anything that you used to provide, or maybe they're even getting more so now, they have no use for you. And I know that sounds awful and very harsh, but sadly, that's very true. This is how these narcissists operate. They use you. They are only looking for something from you. They're not there to give you anything. See, what you're hoping for with the Hoover is that they're going to come back because they've missed you and because they want to love you and show you that they're a changed person. The only reason that's going to happen is if they need something from you. And if they have new supply, the chances are they don't need that from you. So that's why you're not hearing from them. When you are hoovered, it's because they are in a point of desperation. They need something from you. So they have to play nice. They have to come back and make those promises to change. Maybe even show a little bit of changed behavior to make you believe that they actually are going to be a different person and you're going to take them back. The second reason that you might not hear from the narcissist, that you might not get hoovered, is because they know that you're onto them. If you have exposed them in any way, if they know that you know their game, they're not going to hoover you because they need somebody that they can manipulate and extract this supply from. You being onto them is going to hinder that for them. If you've ever let on that you know that they're a narcissist or that you know the relationship is abusive, they're going to move to greener pastures, fresher pastures, somebody who doesn't know what they are and what they're all about. And that comes down to not being able to get it as much supply from you. If you know the game, you're going to see their little manipulations. You're going to see these behaviors. And so you're going to put your foot down a lot quicker than somebody who doesn't know what's going on. So soon as you expose them for what they are, as soon as you let them know that you know that they're a narcissist or abusive, they're going to move on and find someone else who doesn't. So they're going to stop hoovering you for that reason. And then the third reason is they've extracted as much supply as they can from you. So this is when they've broken you completely. After a prolonged amount of time with a narcissist, you become broken, beaten down, a shell of your old self, and you're really not of use to the narcissist when you become that. If you are depressed, if you are sad, if you are unwilling to give them what they need due to that depression and that exhaustion and that adrenal fatigue, then they're going to give up and move on, and they're not going to hoover you. They've basically sucked you dry, and that does happen. And this is often when they discard you. You have stopped being good supply to them. Maybe you've stopped sleeping with them. Maybe you don't engage with them, with their drama, with their fights. Anything that makes them feel important, as soon as it stops, that's of no use to them anymore. And that includes the fighting and the negative stuff. Narcissists love the drama. They love to get you upset and see you cry. And that's because that makes them feel powerful. Any power that they can have over you is supply to them. As soon as they stop having that power, when you roll over and play dead, you're no fun anymore to them. So they'll move on. That's when they're not going to hoover you. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with who you're with. If you've moved on and you're with somebody else, they don't care about that. If they want to hoover you, if they think you're still good supply, they will hoover you. But if any of these other three things have happened, they've found new supply, they know that you're onto them, or they've sucked you dry and exhausted that resource, they're going to just move on. They're going to go get that supply from someone else. And this is why narcissists move so quickly and from supply to supply to supply. They're never alone. They're always going to be with someone. And often you'll see they go backwards. They hoover people in their past. They'll hoover ex-girlfriends or friends or family members, even if it's not in a romantic way. Because going backwards, going in the past is actually quicker than going forward, looking for something new. Because you've already got a bond there. They've already got some kind of existing relationship. So that's what the hoover is. It's sucking someone back in that has given them supply in the past. So if they don't hoover you, they could just be bypassing you and going back even further in their trail of destruction and hoovering someone else. So those are three reasons why you might not be getting hoovered. But here's something to keep in mind. You will eventually. They will come back. And it just goes to show what I just said. They'll go back way in the past. They'll do that to you. Years down the line, once you are over them, you have forgotten them, they are a thing of the past, you have healed, you have recovered, you have moved on with your life. Guess who's going to show up when you least expect it? They will come back, because years down the line, when they have broken their new supply and they have possibly left them or they've broken them and they have left them, this narcissist has left the new supply, discarded them. They need supply from someone. So they're going to look in their rearview mirror. They're going to remember you, that you were good supply at one point, and they'll reach back out. So you will get hoovered eventually. Now, here's the real important part, guys. I know that in the beginning, when you first go through that breakup, when you first go no contact, you are hoping for the hoover. You are wanting that hoover. You are waiting for it, because in that moment, that is going to feed your ego, and it's going to foolishly tell you that you're worthy and that the narcissist wants you. So you're looking for that. You're looking for that validation that you're not a bad person and you're not worthless and you're not unwanted. But it's a really, really skewed way of looking at it, because you need to get over that validation seeking from the narcissist. You can't rely on them to bring you up when you're feeling low by way of a hoover, because it's not about you at all. It's not because they miss you for you. It's because they miss you for what you do for them, what you give to them, how you feed their ego. Why are you waiting for the hoover? What are you expecting? What are you waiting for? Why are you hung up on an abusive person coming back to you? You need to block them. And by blocking them, you'll stop waiting for the hoover, because you know it's not coming. Because even if they try to hoover you, they won't get through to you because they're blocked. Now, if you have children with a narcissist, if you're co-parenting, this does become more difficult. You can't fully block them, but there are still blocks you can put in place. You can make rules and set boundaries about not receiving phone calls, only text messages, or only emails, or only through the court apps that they have, Family Wizards and such, where you communicate only about the children through monitored sources. So there can't be hoovers. There can't be conversation about relationships and, oh, I miss you, and manipulations, basically. So you really need to ask yourself and understand why you're sitting around waiting for the hoover. It's not going to get you anywhere good in the long run, because if they do hoover you and you accept them back in your life, it's only a matter of time before it's going to go right back downhill, and you're going to be right back here again, watching videos and kicking yourself, saying, why did I let them in again? It's natural. It probably will happen. It happens to all of us, and that's how we learn, and that's how we move on. But if you've already gone through it, or if you've watched these videos, take this as your warning. Take heed and do not fall for the hoover. Do not sit around waiting for it. Be grateful if they're not hoovering you. And if you can go no contact, if that's an option in your situation, absolutely block them, because psychologically, that shuts them off to you, and that allows you to skip ahead in your healing. Because now, instead of checking your phone, being like, oh, did they message? Oh, did I miss a call? You're not going to be looking for that, because you know that's not an option. You know that's not happening regardless, because even if they have messaged or called you, you're not going to know about it. And guys, I speak from experience on this one. I was lucky enough to be able to block my ex, and once I did, it really did change things for me. And it was hard at first. It was a struggle to actually make that move, because I knew that was the biggest move I was making. That was the final move. in the actual breakup and in separating myself from him. So taking that step is a big one. But if you're prepared to do it, and if you get enough support and enough willpower to make that move, it will help you. It will fast forward your healing. It will jumpstart you to that next level. So guys, I hope this video explains why the narcissist might not be hoovering you, and I hope it helps you to get to the point where you're not waiting for that hoover, and that you understand that hoovering is not a good thing. It's not showing you any love or respect. It's using you, and so you don't want that in your life. Guys, if you liked this video, please click the thumbs up button. And if you don't already, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel now. And as always, I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video.